Ready to get started, everyone.
Awesome.
Oh, wait a minute. Need that. There we go. Ready?
Yeah.
We're going to count. Everybody from 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, so my name is Win. I'll be your host tonight. This is Fumi, aka Steven, aka Joom. I will probably call him Joom on accident, but I want to call him Fumi. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so this speedrun, first thing you'll notice is there's a lot of movement techniques. He's going to do a lot of damage boosts, which you'll see in a bit. And the thing that I like to point out when we're looking at a speedrun is the movement, the resource management, and boss battles. So what he needs to do here is he needs to upgrade his sub-weapon. The only sub-weapon we're going to use during this speedrun is the cross, hopefully. You know, sometimes stuff happens. And right now he's on his cross. So as far as resource management, he needs to manage not only his hearts for his sub-weapon, but also his health because of those damage boosts that I mentioned earlier. So right now, most of the hits that you see are going to be intentional, but a lot of times the skeletons can do, you know, randomly stop, randomly throw a bone, so that'll throw them off. Everybody knows the moonwalk. So what he needs to do here to upgrade his multi-shot, right now in the top right-hand corner you'll see it's a 2. What he needs to do is once he has his sub-weapon, every 8th or 9th hit, I forget, the next heart will be a sub-weapon upgrade. So now he's on 3, and hopefully we stay that way for the rest of the run. Interesting to note is the first stage here takes place in the stable. That's why we see the undead horses here. Okay, this part, for me as a spectator, is always scary to watch. Because as soon as he lands on those, they flip. But yeah, as you can see, the health management is not too terrible here. Almost every screen has a meat, which he uses for health. But later on, it can get a little tight.
There you go.
There you go. So there you can see the power of the triple shot cross. Looks like he tried to go for Triforce, but okay. So on this stage, not too much to look out for. What he's going to try to do is throw his crosses as low as possible to kill those hands. Those are RNG, and if he gets hit by them, he loses time because they hold on to you. Also, the health management on this is going to be pretty tight, as you see later on, because of all the damage boosts that he does. As you saw a little bit earlier, it can get a little laggy sometimes, which is a little scary. Not because yeah, you do lose time, but the other thing is it can eat his inputs. So there's a knife there. Definitely want to avoid that. Worst weapon in the game. so what you'll be seeing him doing a little bit is he'll try to jump when the current changes. Right now it's pushing him forward, which is a help. But later on he has to fight the current with his jumps. Last couple damage boosts here. Oh, I think he wanted to play it safe there because it's pretty low. Alright, so for this game, or for this stage, excuse me, big thing to look out here is the Mudman. See if they give him a bad pattern. He wants them to walk left because he wants to preserve as much HP as possible for the damage boost on the next section. So hopefully he gets good pattern. Okay, so he's being injured. Oh, hey. Alright, not bad. No hits. Okay, so there's our first cheeky boost. Nice. Alright, the next one coming up soon is going to be a ring glitch. Nice. Good job. That was going really well in practice, so I was really confident he was going to be able to pull it up here. There's going to be another one coming up a little bit later. Okay, so on this stage, the thing to look out is for the fisherman on the bottom. If they spawn in a bad spot, he has to improvise on his jumps. Nice, good job. Alright, on this next section, it can get a little bit laggy, but nothing he can't handle. Okay, so what he did there was oh, okay, alright. Fell ring glitch, but at least he didn't die. Oh god. He's smiling right now. Okay, we have the Vipers. Nice, good job. So far, so good, man. Okay, stage 4. The most Super Nintendo stage of this game. Let's see what I'm talking about in a minute. Yeah, that lag right there can be deadly. That was Poexel. I think his name spelled backwards is lick you up, hence the long tongue. Alright, so this is the Super Nintendo tech demo part of the game, as you can see. Everything's mode 7. There's a couple different ways to handle this room. You can do ring glitch, but Steven's way of doing it is pretty simple. Alright, on to the next room. More mode 7. Yeah, as you can see, it makes it super laggy whenever it kills anything. So, he takes the invincibility potion so he doesn't have to worry about it. So the pressure room here, there's a zip that is possible here. It's a pretty well-known trick, but the setup is really hard, so he's not going to be going for it. But normally what would happen is you would let one of these blocks crush you as you get hit by a bat, and it zips you across the stage. It's kind of random. Ooh, good pattern here. The spikes went down early, so you didn't have to roll over with bad pattern. Alright, boss battle incoming. Oh, he was so close to the fast forward. So what happens is the elevators go up and down, and depending on the time of the kill, he can grab it without having to wait to come down. Good try either way. So that boss's name backwards means a ton of rocks. Alright, so we're on stage 5. This is kind of the intermission of the game. No boss battles. The only thing to really look out here for the harpies. They can be really random. Sometimes they'll show up in a bad spot. He's really consistent with the stage, so. Fun fact, Steven says this is his least favorite stage because the music is not that great. Okay, on to stage 6. This first part's not too bad, but when we get to the chandeliers, he's gonna need some serious time. Just take it a little safe there. Okay, good. Oh, God. That was actually stressful for me. I don't know why. Yeah, the big thing with this stage is the dying is really punishing on this stage because there's only one cross. And as you can see, cross is super important. Yep, safety knee. Alright, upcoming is my favorite boost of the game. Oh! Commentator curse. What normally happens is you boost up with the bat and then you kill it right away. It just looks really cool to me for some reason. Alright, from here on, pretty straightforward platforming, not too hard, nothing really tricky. Yeah, he wants to avoid those hands because if he gets grabbed, that means it's time. Alright, this part actually can be a little bit tricky because there's a lot of damage boost. Plus the ghost randomly spawn, so that doesn't help. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, you must be careful here. Okay. Nice. He's giving me a nod of approval here. So fun fact is, that boss's name is Fred Aspire and Paula Abgul. Alright, so a little RNG here. We want this knight to stay on the left. Hey, he's being nice, nice. Yeah, just get out of there. Normally that little ghost doesn't follow him. Yes! Oh, I went into the that's solely RNG. He can throw the axe low or high. It has to be low for him to get that boost. Low here. He's probably gonna play it a little more safe than usual. Yeah, what those paintings do is they grab you. There's a little hand that comes out and grabs you. Okay, yes, delicious wall meat. This is the only part you'll see this kind of movie. There he goes.
What the?
Nice, okay, good. Good job. Okay, next comes the worst stages in the game. So any moving spikes you see here are one-hit kills. Oh, that never happens. Wow. Okay. Luckily, it happened early in the stage, so he'll have time to power up all of his whip and his sub-weapons. Yeah, it's gotta take it a little safe. He doesn't have his cross. It's okay. Not bad. There we go. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. We're okay. We're okay. Okay, we're in danger. It's okay. Still early. Still early. Just use the invincibility frames there. Yeah, just take those hits, just go. Okay, that little pause there is to respawn another bone dragon. moving. It's not constantly going right. There we go. Nice little damage boost here. Alright, a little quiet please. This part's hard. Oh my god! Oh my god! Good job! Good job. Alright, we made it there. Yeah, that bridge in the community is known as the Vegas Bridge because it's so random. It's so random. Okay, this one is actually a little bit trickier than it seems because platform is not too terrible. It's just that it gets so laggy, and like we talked about before, his inputs can get eaten at a bad time. Especially on these platforms right here. Those gold skeletons are super random too. Steven says they're extra aggressive. Yeah, as you can see, those are super laggy. All right, back to full power. Oh, that was so close. Alright, take a safe straight here. Yeah, you can tell he's being safe. Normally he just walks through that. Oh, I missed it. That's alright. That one's a little tricky because the two rings you have to do a short whip to avoid the bone dragon and then do the long whip to make it all the way across. Okay, so he is going for the damage boost. I was thinking his HP was too low. Oh, alright. I gotta stop talking about that. Okay. Okay, incoming boss fight. So he's gonna need some quiet. Not bad, not bad. That was pretty good. The strategy for that one is you have to count your hits. On the 20-second hit, you want to make sure it happens when he does his first swoop, because that's when the bats split, and then you spam your crosses. So he got the swoop, and it's a 20-second hit, but it's just unlucky with the crosses, it seems like. All right, this is another tough stage. Every Castlevania has a clock tower stage. That's good. Didn't quite get his strategy on that one. Normally it goes from 3 simultaneously. Ooh. I thought he was going. Okay, definitely doing safety strat here. There is a really nice strat for this elevator where he uses the iframes to get past it. Ooh. Alright, it's okay. Yeah, he had to climb the stairs because his whip is shorter. So it's harder to reach the ring. Okay, let's be really safe about it. Nothing wrong with that. All right, this one's gonna be a little tricky too. All right. All right. Okay. Okay, time for Mummy. Maybe he'll give us a good spawn. Oh my god. There were so many times. There were like 3 bandages that almost hit him and 1 fireball that almost hit him. Alright, it's over. Okay. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was lagging for no reason. Okay, we got that. Good job. So the main objective here is to build up his hearts. He can't build up his multi-shot because he has to have a sub-weapon first. And as you can see, the bats are making this super light. I think he just wanted to play it safe there and not go for the hearts because of the bats. Okay, this part is actually deceptively tricky. Sometimes you get an unlucky pixel on these stairs and you don't latch on when you're supposed to. Oh, that's, yeah. Just what we're talking about. So he can make the swing without getting hit. Alright, these are kind of RNG. Okay, the next one are the ones that Steven's trading the most. Okay, good. No, he's okay. He's good. Alright. I'm not going to say anything about this fight. Oh, yes. Oh, okay. I didn't want to say anything, but when his weapon breaks and he pokes you, that's 4 hits of damage. So if he got hit there, he would have died. Okay, good. We'll take that. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, there's no crosses from here on out. So it gets to Dracula.
Don't worry, keep it safe.
this is bad RNG. We went into... Okay, this is what we're going to do. The vortex. Okay, good job. It's not over yet, man.
The fast jump. Like a fast jump.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I'll explain that in a bit. So yes, there are a whole bunch of upgrades down there, but he's not familiar with the platforms, unfortunately, so finally across. Okay, we want this. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yes, okay. So I'm just going to grab the last word. And time. It's over. Why don't you come take a seat next to me? Okay, before we hear from you, I want to say I'm sorry. I feel like everything I said that could go wrong went wrong. How do you feel?
Yeah, I'm glad it's over. If you stay a little longer, you can see me smash the car later, so I'll smash the car.
You had a good improv on stage 6? No, 7. No, 8. That was good. The Frankenstein and the Vegas Bridge. You remember that? How do you feel about that?
It's all from experience. Like, I kind of got used to the RNG of how the platform moved, so actually I was just scared out of my mind, so I just blame on RNG that I got lucky. So I just count my blessings.
Man, that was a good run, though. Even though, okay, if you're not familiar with this panel, the very first time we did it 5 years ago was this game. The time was 42 minutes, so we did worse, but I feel like this was a lot more interesting because there was a lot more drama to it. And it wasn't on purpose, but I'm just glad it's over. I'm glad for him it's over. Because when we were doing practice runs, there was so much going wrong. Like the stairs, the elevator, what else?
I think that's it. Just Clock Tower was my worst stage ever, only because the elevator. Elevator was terrible because I don't know when that axe knight's gonna throw that axe, and I got lucky with the Bone Dragon. I got a consistent setup with that, but it's just the axe knight. I just don't know when he's gonna throw that axe. So.
What else do you think about?
I think I used up all my luck at the very beginning, and then it just went downhill towards the end of the game, you know?
Actually, that's true.
Yeah, so I got quick vipers, I got the good first stage, I got the eye boost, and then
You got the ring glitch.
I got the ring glitches, and then I just went downhill, like, I don't know why. Okay. I think we have time for a bonus run. Do you want to see a bonus run?
Yeah.
I'm not looking forward to it, but yeah, I guess I'll watch it. So the bonus run is for our 5th anniversary for us doing the panel this year. We're going to do a Zelda 3 speedrun. Surprise!
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to get set up for the Zelda 3 setup. Sorry, Zelda 3 game. So I apologize in advance, I don't play Zelda 3. I just know enough research on how the run goes. So you might want to bear with me.
Oh, it's my game.
Alright, Zelda 3. Now, this category in particular isn't the normal.
Oh, shoot. I forgot the timer.
There's no major glitches or master sword. Let me know, man. I'll come up there with you.
All right, audience, you start the run. From 3,
2, 1, go!
Okay, so this category in particular isn't played a lot by speedrunners only because you don't see a whole lot of the run. You don't see the bosses, you don't see the items, you don't see the dungeons, you don't even see Ganon. So what he's going to do is, of course, you're going to get the first weapons, get the shield and the sword. And what happens is he's going to take the fastest route to get to his uncle, to get the weapons, of course. You can save at the moment because it's all you can see. Of course, you know how the beginning goes. You just go through the weather. You have to go down the hall. Now, this glitch that we're going to do is called the exploration glitch. Kind of takes advantage of the game's sprites and the map, of course. And you kind of go through it and you kind of exploit the sprites of this game. And it's really confusing, but that's how the game works. So he got the sword and the shield. And the first setup is, well, of course he can get hit. I think the second setup is when he's not supposed to get hit. So the whole goal is to get in the castle and get into the second set of stairs. All right, here we go. He's gonna jump off and he's gonna pause right here. This is where the glitch sets up here. For some reason, it puts Link's right in a glitch state. And so he's going to start the game over from the same area, and this time he cannot get hit. Otherwise, the glitch or the whole glitch percent will reset. So he has to start all over. So it's very important that he doesn't get hit by the guards. There we go. Okay, safe. All right, here's another set of guards. So. All right, take the safe route. So you can see he's going to start digging a sword. That gets the guard's attention. Now he can get hit right there, and it kind of overlaps the game for some reason with sprite. And he gets to free roam the whole map, and he can start maneuvering around the bricks, the walls, and then you get to pass the whole stage. It's a whole bunch of sequence breaking. for some apparent reason. You can say hi to that boss, hi to whatever map this is. Keep going. You can just see Ganon for a brief moment, or I don't think you can see a sprite. Oh, there he is. And then fine.
My first speedrun, everybody. My first PB too.
That's my second category. Hey.
I personally don't call it a speedrun because you don't see any of that. You don't see any of the game, you know? But you know, it's speedrun's a speedrun. So you don't get to see any of the cool strats from the bosses and dungeons, but it's pretty quick. It's pretty fancy.
Why you gotta steal my thunder, man?
Because you commentator curse my time I run, man. Commentator's curse. Questions, anybody?
Was it hard?
Yes.
Well, the question is, this game or my game?
The speed.
The speedrun? I guess it's your.
For Zelda? No, it's easy. It's pretty easy. Actually, the first time, if you don't know exactly where to go, then yeah, you can get messed up because if you pop out of the stage at the wrong spot, then you gotta start all over. But all it is you just go up. Once you get to that one point, you walk across, and then you just hold up for the rest of the run. Pretty easy. That's why I did it. So maybe this is a precursor to me doing the speedrun next year. Maybe. And this guy doing the commentary. You can commentator curse me all you want next time.
A little comment about this panel and the con in general. After seeing like the whole badge thing on the first day, I kind of planned out my panel and my games for the next 10 years. So I have 3 games on my arsenal. I had Castlevania, Super Metroid, and Mega Man. Is there who's been here the past 4 years? Anybody?
Every time. Let's go.
Every time.
Do you like this slot or the 4 a.m. slot better?
Yeah, we do too. Has anybody been here like last year in the 2 a.m. slot?
Woo! Let's go!
Nice show of hands. Yeah. And who is here new? Who's new to our speedrun panel? Yeah. I hope you all liked it. Cause I got really frustrated.
Okay, so on that note, you can actually submit feedback for this panel by going through Guidebook. So you find our panel, and then at the bottom there's a link to submit your feedback. And because it's our 5th year, I would like to ask everyone to do me a big favor. If you could, as part of the feedback, say, this panel was so awesome, I had to redecorate my pants, I would really appreciate that. That's an inside joke that we started this year, so make it a little special if you do it. If you don't, that's okay, but I see 50, 60 people. I'd like to have 50, 60 comments that said they had to redecorate their pants. Last thing is, I want to thank everybody for coming here. I mean, this is our 5th year doing it, like we said many times before. Honestly, I had stopped coming to A-kon right before we started doing this, and this is the reason I come back every time now. So give yourselves a round of applause, please. Is there any questions for me about my run or?
Yes, sir.
What's your PB?
My PB for Castlevania, right?
Right.
35 minutes.
35?
Yeah, 35 minutes. I've been pretty rusty. Like, this game was my debut game, and it's like 4 years ago, and I've never played the game since for this panel. And this is kind of like a run back. So I actually kind of beat up my run because my debut time for this panel was like 45 minutes. And what was? Really? It was 45. I was around there.
Okay, my bad. I was wrong.
But yeah, I actually beat my time the first year I played it. So I guess I improved. Yeah. Any more questions?
What is the current record for Castlevania?
Castlevania 4. It's done by the best record for this game is 31 minutes and 2 seconds, I believe, by Furious Paul. Yeah, he does everything. He does zip, all the glitches I failed, he done them, and it's a spectacular run, almost to like a task run where like he kind of cheats, but he's a human. But yeah. Any more questions? Alright, DJ again.
Do you have a Twitch?
I do have a Twitch, but I don't actually go on all that much. But because of real life stuff. But I do stream every once in a while. So if you guys are interested, my Twitch is twitch.com/SaveFumi, SCIFUMI, and I do stream every now and then. The games I play now is Super Mario RPG. I really want to speedrun RPGs now, but that game is way too long. It's like 3 hours, but I do enjoy that game a lot. So I don't think I can run it here because it's way too long.
Just do another 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. slot.
Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions? Thank you all for coming. It means a lot.
All right, thanks for coming. That's the end of the show. We do want to clean up a little bit early to be polite to the next panelists that are coming in. I'm sure there's something after this. If you want to come say hi, say hi. Otherwise, we'll be out there and we can chat for a bit. Thank you.
Real question, first question. Can I play the first 10 minutes of Zelda with this?
I go on there, so be alright. If it starts getting too bad, I don't see that one. So, as long as I'm going, I run, I'm pretty sure kneecaps come out of place. And I get the heat that time.